Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to United Daily. We are live. We are back. This is AdamMcKola TV. I hope you guys are all doing well this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are. We are here to talk about all the latest Manchester United news. I can already see some of the regulars in the house. PJ Daly, Ilya, Robert, Gurung. Plenty of you guys in those comments right now. Thank you for joining us here on AdamMcKola TV. We're live every single day around this time, and I'm going to be adding more lives to the situation as well, maybe popping up live in the evening. So thank you to everybody that has joined us. Mike is in there who's modding it out today. We've got a few mods in there, so don't be going on a mod thing, yeah, because them lot will sort it out. The lit is slower than my granddad, says Jacob, with a quick review on the abilities of the player that Manchester United have been linked to today. And it's April Fool's Day, and we've also been linked to, yes, hear me out here, Cristiano Ronaldo again. Cristiano Ronaldo rumours are back. Can you believe it? We're not signing Ronaldo again, are we? Are we? Surely not. Anyway, let's get stuck into this Matthijs De Ligt information and where this came from yesterday, because we were all chilling out, we were all relaxing. I just released the rumour rater, MUFC rumour rater on AdamMcKola TV. Literally just pressed publish. I look at my phone and this story about Matthijs De Ligt has popped up, and I'm thinking, God damn it, it would have been great if I could have fit that into my video if I had the time to do it, but I didn't even know about it then. Is this for real? Is this actually gonna happen? Matthijs De Ligt to Man United. We were linked with him, if you don't know, the whole of last summer when he was set for his big transfer move. He's one of Mino Raiola's clients. He was set for a big deal from Ajax and he went to Juventus. He's on big wages there. He's got a release clause in his deal, which is massive as well. And he's currently playing for Juventus, who have been hard hit by the whole virus pandemic situation, because of the fact that, you know, we've got this pandemic. They've had to stop playing players, stop paying staff, stop paying all sorts, and the situation has really hit them hard, in Spain and Italy more so than it has hit any other countries, big clubs I say, because obviously the smaller clubs are going to feel affected, but Juventus, those kind of teams are going to feel affected by this because of the lack of TV money, the lack of commercial revenue, the lack of match day revenue. These guys don't make as much money as Manchester United do or anything like that. So you have to take that into consideration. And the reports coming out yesterday were that United is hoping to take advantage of any financial uncertainty at Juventus and swoop in for Matthijs De Ligt. There's also been the potential talk of Cristiano Ronaldo, sorry, not Cristiano Ronaldo, what am I talking about? Paul Pogba possibly going the other way in a deal. But the original story was not focused on the swap deal. The original story was not focused on a swap deal. It was not focused on Pogba. It was focused on United being back in for Matthijs De Ligt. And it also mentioned in there Koulibaly and all these kind of guys as well, as potential centre-half options. So if you believe the press, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to spend big money on a centre-half. I don't quite believe that. I don't quite think we want to spend big money on a centre-half. I don't think that at all. But if Paul Pogba wanted to leave and we wanted to make a deal happen with someone coming in the other direction, maybe that would be a possibility. Matthijs De Ligt hasn't set the world alight at Juventus. But I mean, it's his first season. Can you really judge him on his first season? I don't think you can. You have to allow him time to settle and everything. I don't think Juventus are going to let go of him. But if they wanted Pogba, could we make them agree to a deal of bringing him here? It'd be interesting. Would I lose Paul Pogba for Matthijs De Ligt? No. I don't think that would be a fair swap at all if it was a straight swap, of course. Glenn's in here saying, do we really want to deal with Raiola again? He just seems to want to fuck us over every time we deal with him. Tom says there would have to be some coin included, as we would still need another centre mid. That's true. Bailey, who's one of the members on AdamMcKola TV, says United should sign Ben Godfrey from Norwich. He'd be around 15 to 20 million. Perfect partner for Maguire. He's solid at the back and will probably sign for Spurs. That's a good shout, that is. That's something that's gone under the radar, Ben Godfrey's form. I hear you. I think it's a a shout where, you know, if you're going into the season or you're going into, you know, this transfer window and you haven't got your first, second choices, you haven't got those big defensive signings that you want, then do you go in for someone like that? Possibly. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad shout at all. Experienced in the Premier League, he's been doing well. I wouldn't personally see United going for him, and I can see him possibly going to somewhere like Spurs, but it's a good shout there as well. So fair play for that. But Matthijs De Ligt to Man United. Surely that ship has sailed. Surely that ship has sailed. I'm going to get your comments on all things Matthijs De Ligt, all things Paul Pogba. We're going to go through all the news around Manchester United. But before we do that, I've just got some thank yous to give out, as we had a few new members overnight on AdamMcKola TV. 2 of the 3 new members were called Mikey. We got Mikey, just Mikey, and Mikey Cummings and Caddy Mo as well, who joined up with AdamMcKola TV yesterday. So thank you very much to those guys for joining AdamMcKola TV. Remember, you can do that as well by clicking join and becoming a member. You'll get exclusive content, you'll get cool little emojis and all that kind of thing. But if you don't want to join, that's fine. You're still going to get content like this. Make sure you're subscribing and keeping it locked. Anyway, Robert Heslop says we don't need another centre-back. Mo is in the comments again. Good to see you, Mo. Neil Ashton's propaganda machine in motion, says Andrew Levy. Jacob Lingy, Andreas, no way. What's that all about, Ilya? I don't know what's going on there. I've got into the back end of that I feel like I'm interrupting your lot's conversations when I dive into my comments. There seems to be a good little community going on in there. And on the premium, I'm going to set up a Discord as well. I've been told about Discord. I'm going to set up like loads of little forums for us to have a little chat. So I will pop that in the premium this evening when I'm setting it up. I haven't just woken up for you guys asking. I was in a chat on Zoom this morning with Jay and with Steve. We were having a little chat about things, which was good fun. Paul Hurst said Grealish is coming United. His tier 2 thoughts. I don't know about all these tiers and things like that. Riff, but Jack Grealish to Manchester United is a very interesting one. Now, we obviously saw over the weekend Jack Grealish had been a little bit naughty, shall we say. He was out when he shouldn't have been out. He was out when he should have been on curfew. He was out when he should have been at yard. He was out literally just hours after saying that, you know, stay inside your house. Guys, I got distracted then. I really got distracted because I've been trying to set something up. I've been trying to make something happen. I've been trying to sort something out for me to do on this channel and to get put together and all that. And I've just got the Instagram DM confirming it for Friday. Now, it's a player that played for Manchester United. It's a player that scored one of the most memorable goals of my time watching Manchester United. And he's going to be on AdamMcKola TV this weekend. You heard it motherfucking right. It's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to give the name away just in case it doesn't happen and I look like a bellend. But I've just got the DM direct from him saying, yes, okay, mate, we'll do it Friday if that's fine. So Friday it is. I feel like Jeff Jarrett. Yeah. Floss my marbles, guys. I'm slowly losing my marbles. Trust me, I'm slowly losing my marbles. Let's have a look at some of the other news. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been talking about how he's preparing for a potential return to Manchester United training. He's preparing for a potential return with the team, and that is going off. Matthijs said McTominay can be a Manchester United legend, and United are still keen on Jack Grealish despite his discrepancies and his mischief and his misbehaving off the pitch. So that's what's going on with that one. It's not an April Fool's, and it's not in the comments already, although it might be. Who knows? Anyway, make sure you keep it liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and of course, let's get this show on the road. Have you got any questions? Have you got anything that you want me to chat about? Let me know in those comments. Have you got any stories that you want me to pick up on? Let's look at this Cristiano Ronaldo story, which made me laugh. So let me find it. We've got another story on Haaland, which is fun. Sick of it, to be honest. Where's this one about Ronaldo gone? I'm not making it up. I really did see it. There we go. No, that's not it. No. Jesus Christ. I've seen it. There we go. I've got it. Not an April Fool's. Ronaldo linked with Manchester United again. This comes from a website called The Week. What the fuck is this? It's 11 years since Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester United, but every so often, each transfer window, it's rumoured that the Portuguese superstar may return to Old Trafford. Despite it being April Fool's Day, today the rumour appears to have some legs, with reports in Italy yesterday suggesting that the 35-year-old may leave Serie A champion Juventus at the end of the season. Italian clubs are facing a financial crisis because of the coronavirus pandemic, and according to Spanish newspaper Marca, Ronaldo may have to leave Turin sooner than he intended. That is, my friends, a whole load of bollocks. Cristiano Ronaldo is not coming back to Manchester United. Does it even make sense to bring back a 36-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, have to spend hundreds of £1 million, massive wages on him, and then what? He leaves in 2 years. I don't understand that. I'd love Ronaldo in a United shirt if he came back on a free, but he's not going to come back on a free. So let's not go ahead with that one. And anyways, bollocks. It's absolutely bollocks. Also coming out today, more bollocks it seems. Man United to battle Real Madrid for Dortmund. Haaland, says sources to ESPN FC. Rob Dawson reporting that Manchester United are ready to rival Real Madrid for the signing of Erling Haaland if the striker leaves Borussia Dortmund. Haaland decided against a move to United in January, instead choosing to join the Bundesliga side. But a release clause inserted in the deal by Haaland's representatives has alerted Real Madrid and raised the possibility of a move to the Spanish Giants. Dortmund expect to keep a hold of the 19-year-old for at least another season, particularly given the mounting talk that Jadon Sancho could seek to leave the club this summer. United are leading the chase for Sancho despite an asking price of around €130 million, and Dortmund do not want to lose two prize assets. Yes, Erling Haaland is not going to be leaving Dortmund anytime soon. Erling Haaland is not going to be leaving Dortmund this summer or this year. Maybe 2020. What year are we on at the moment? Maybe in 2021, summer 2021, I can see him leaving, or just after the Euro Championships next summer. But I can't see him leaving this summer. Mini mentions he has a release clause of around 50 million. And if he does have a release clause of around 50 million, it's a deal that financially is doable for Man United. But is it realistic in terms of we're going to sign Erling Haaland in the summer? I don't know. I think a lot of these guys are just struggling for stories at the moment. They're sticking 2 and 2 together and coming up with 6. And we're seeing that with the case here. We're maybe seeing that be the case with Matthijs De Ligt. Because Juventus are now in financial difficulties, because Real Madrid are, not getting as much money in, because there's issues with some of these teams. Is the mic low again, guys? Sorry, man. I've had no other comments about the mic apart from that one there. I'm coming back, guys. I'm just sorting out something for the mic. Sorry about that. Let's see if that improves it. I've raised it a little bit. Does that improve the micage? But yeah, what was I saying? I don't even know. James Cooper had a decent article on Sky Sports News. Do you Pogba need United more than United needs Pogba? It's an interesting one. Yo, why can I only see your head? Huh? All over the place. Someone's talking rubbish in the comments, and the mic's all good apparently. God's sake, doing me over, making me go over there, fuck around, all that fine mad shit. But it is better for Bush League Pundit now, so that's fine. That's good. It worked. Guys, today Matthijs De Ligt linked with Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo linked with Manchester United. Who else will be linked with Manchester United? Erling Haaland linked to Manchester United. We're not going to be raiding Dortmund for Erling Haaland and Jadon Sancho. Surely that's not going to happen. Just can't see that one happening at all. Ronaldo coming back is Latin 2.0, says Aidan Byrne. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I'm in Blythe, Geordieland is where Robert is. Adam, do you see spending all that money this moment of time? See, that's what I was about to come on to, Riff. Thank you for reminding me of what I was going to say, because I do have a little bit of a sieve for a brain. What I was going to say was that I would be very surprised if United signed more than 3 players this summer, and that includes Jadon Sancho and Odion Ighalo. I genuinely believe if we get Jadon Sancho, if Paul Pogba stays, which is looking ever more likely, we will only sign Odion Ighalo and maybe another defensive player or a midfielder or something like that. I cannot see there being wholesale changes at Manchester United. I can't see us signing a centre-half like we're being linked with. I can't see that happening at all. I can't see us buying a defensive midfielder of the quality that we want. You know, when you look at the likes of Thomas Partey and all that, are we going to sign a Thomas Partey having just given Nemanja Matic a new deal, having McTominay, Fred there, potentially keeping Pogba, potentially, you know, well, we're going to keep Bruno Fernandes. So you've got all those players in there. Are you going to then go and buy another player with James Garner and Dylan Levitt coming through? Probably not. You're probably going to wait until Matic leaves. So with that being said, with it being unlikely we splash out big money on a centre-half, I genuinely feel we'll see United make 2 to 3 signings this summer. One of them Jadon Sancho, one of them Odion Ighalo, and maybe like a Jack Grealish or something like that on top. I can't see there being wholesale changes. So if people are expecting us to sign 4, 5, 6 players, I genuinely can't see it happening. As good as that would be for me, as good as that would be for, you know, making content and live streams and Daily United and all that stuff. Well, United Daily, let me get the name right. I just can't see it happening. I think we need to be realistic. I also don't think we're that far off having a competent team. We have to build to have a competent squad and to have a squad full of depth. But if you look at the team, we're not that far off. In goal, we're sorted. In defence, all right. Question: what's happening at left back? Is it going to be Shaw or Williams or Laird going forward? But we've got competition there now. We've seemingly got competition at centre half: Lindelof and Maguire, Twanzebe and Bailey. And at right back, we got Wan-Bissaka and Dalot. And then in midfield, we've got, obviously, you know, you look at that, you think, yeah, we need a defensive midfielder, but are we going to get one this summer? Probably not. So then where do we need to strengthen? Right wing. We need a striker. And that's what I think's going to happen. I genuinely think. I don't think there's a whole host of money floating around. I don't think we're going to recoup a whole host of money from sales. We'll probably recoup about 20 to 30 million pounds, 40 million pounds in sales. And if we spend 120 million on Sancho, United normally spend around 150 to 200 million in a transfer window. So let's say we recoup 40 million. We spent 120 million on Sancho. That's 80 million net spend. I'd say United have then got between 70 to 120 million to spend more. If you take out another 15-20 million on Ighalo, that's 100 million gone. Which leaves maybe a bit of money for a Jack Grealish, a James Maddison, someone like that. I can't see it being whole host of signings, 10, 15, 20. Well, you're never going to sign that many, but you know what I mean, don't you? We need to get rid of Sanchez, says Minion. I totally agree with that. We need his wage bill we need his wages off the wage bill. Shivesh has just joined. So today, Shivesh, I know it's April Fool's Day, but we're looking at the rumours linking Manchester United with a move for De Ligt in the summer, a move for Erling Haaland in the summer, a move for Cristiano Ronaldo, god damn it, and plenty more. Ollie's also spoken on how he's preparing for next season. Preparing for the campaign to start again. Constantly preparing, as you would expect him to. Matic is saying McTominay can become a Manchester United legend. And despite the news over the weekend, United are still keen on Jack Grealish. The Ronaldo rumours are based on Italy and Italian clubs being in financial difficulty at this moment due to the virus outbreak. And with that as a result, expect to see plenty of clubs linked with Italian players, Juventus players, this, that, and the other, because that will happen. It's bound to happen. Is so much for 120 million for Sanchito? Said Adam. Says Elia. I'd get him. Sign him up. I read we have to pay Sanchez a 1 million loyalty bonus, for fuck's sake. Loyalty bonus for not even being there, you know. Absolute madness. Absolute disgrace. Absolutely. I know I haven't just got up. I already answered that question. Cogerino, come on, man. Sancho, Grealish and Igalo, says Bush League. I would imagine that might be our whole summer business. Our whole summer business. Riff says Fabrizio Romano said teams are going to see what their transfer budget will be this window. Wonder how much United will have with financials dropping. It's true. I don't think the United's biggest financials come from matchday revenue. We obviously have commercial revenue, TV money, but the TV money I think is going to be frozen as well, which obviously causes issues for people. It's going to be a different transfer window. You're not going to see as much money spent in the last transfer window, that's for sure. It's going to be a lot less. Sell some players, Smalling, Jones, Pereira. I think we'll sell Smalling. I think we'll sell Jones. That will probably recoup about 30 million there. I think we'll sell Rojo, probably another 5 to 10 million pounds there. Sanchez, are we going to even be able to sell him? He's been, apparently we're asking for 17 million pounds, but are we even going to get that for him? I just don't think so. Bailey says it's saddening Sanchez didn't work out. It was so promising at Arsenal, and the signing reveal video got everyone hyped. It was a great reveal video, wasn't it? Mustafa says we need Thomas, Partey. I want Sancho, Partey and Sumare, says Ilya. I'd drive Sanchez to the airport myself and take your dogs with you, says Jim Olsen. Are we sure Grealish was driving? I know he shouldn't have been out, full stop. I'm not 100% on the facts of that case, just what's being reported. Just selling Nissan noodles, we get more money than half the league. And who do you expect to leave this summer? Jones, Lingard, Pereira need to go. I think Smalling goes, Jones goes, Rojo goes, Pereira possibly. I think Lingard might stay. I wouldn't be surprised to see him leave, and I think there'll be a whole host of clubs open to signing him, but I don't think he'll be staying at Manchester United. But I do think he'll be staying at Manchester United. I don't think Rojo, Jones, Smalling will be here next season. I can see them being shipped out. I don't want to see any business with Raiola, says August. That's a good point as well. With United being linked to De Ligt, let's say we could get De Ligt. So De Ligt can happen. Juventus want to sell. We can make it happen. Do you sign him or do you just avoid working with Mino Raiola again? What do you guys think about that? Avoid Mino Raiola clients or go and get him? Let us know in those comments below what you think about that. P Savage is talking about Sanchez Igalo swap deal. And then Riff says I doubt he'd want to go to China, although it'd be perfect. Mini says I'd do that deal. Ben says reckon teams will use this virus to terminate contracts and not have to pay them off in full. I don't think so, mate. I don't think that will happen. Sam's watching all the way from Gambia. Thank you very much for tuning in, Sam. I really do appreciate that. Should we go for De Ligt or Koulibaly, says Sammy. If I had a choice of De Ligt or Koulibaly, I'd say De Ligt because of the age, but I think right now Koulibaly is better than him. So that's where I lie on that one. Guys, get hitting the like button for God's sake, will you? Rian says avoid Raiola. Glenn goes one further and says avoid Raiola at all costs. Mini says ban Mino Raiola. I'd rather spend 100 million on Issa Diop than work with Mino, says Bush League. I don't think we should avoid Mino clients, says Mo. I hate Raiola, says Ilya. I've been good, thank you, Dylan. How have you been going, mate? You coping well with this lockdown situation and this lock-off situation that's going on? I'm not sure what my video is today, actually, later on today. I'm working on a little documentary type video, which I'm really excited about one of my favourite players. I'm working on that video, which is going to get filmed on Friday. I was thinking of doing a Man United Future 11. So looking at all the players that we've got, even currently, and just looking at the young ones and the players that will be here in 5 years, and looking at what our team could be in 5 years' time. 5 signings to get United to the top. Alternatives to Sancho. I was talking to Joe about doing a 3 in 3 out as well with him. So I might even try and get that done for today. But I'm so excited for this interview that I got coming up. I really am excited. We ain't spending any money in the summer, says Big B. I think if we are signing any centre back, it should be AdamMcKola, says Ipe. With another shout that I'm sure a lot of people agree with. AdamMcKola's highly rated, highly sought after. A lot of people on AdamMcKola TV as well always commenting, oh, we need to get AdamMcKola and stuff. So a lot of people will agree with you, Ipe Omega. Do a tier list for players we're linked to. That's a good shout. Definitely avoid Minos' football capital, who wants United to go nowhere near another Mino Raiola client. Big up yourself. I'm Jamaican living in America, serving in the National Guard. Your video, mate, these days go by. Keep it up. Bush League, I appreciate you, man, and I hope you're keeping safe out there. Has the power shifted from Jorge Mendes to Raiola? Only see Mendes with Portuguese players since August. He's also involved in that deal with Wolves, isn't he? And trying to make Wolves go mad. What 11 you think will next win the UCL Prem would be a good video? That's a good one. Crazy Joe. Yeah, not Joe Exotic. Jesus Joe. Gambia is all Man United fans. I miss to see Abdullah on full-time Devils, says Sam Bujang. I'll try and get him back on soon. If Juventus want Pogba involved, Blaise Matuidi in the deal. Juventus fans weren't happy with the new contract he was given. That could be a possible, and he's a brilliant CM. Finally here for a stream. Cheers from Australia, says Dwag. How do I say that? Dwag. 22, I'd love De Ligt, but he's under Raiola and he didn't want to know about us last year. Dear AdamMcKola, are you related to Sammy McElroy? Says Sam. I don't know for certain, but I've grown up with my uncle telling me that we are related somehow. But I've never asked him. But he's from the same area of us in Ireland. He's Sammy McElroy, so it's very possible we could be related, but I don't know. My uncle likes to tell me he is. Did you see the radio interview with Rashford on March the 30th? Was that the BBC one, PJ? I did. How's Sanchez done at Inter? I haven't followed them. He's been injured for a lot of the time. I remember he came in and he got a fluky goal and he scored a few goals and things like that. And it seemed like, he could find his feet, but it just hasn't worked for him. Just hasn't worked for him at all, which is a shame. Abdullah in his tight shorts crack me up. You just made me miss Abdullah by saying that. I love Matuidi, but he's 33. Yeah, he is. Sammy Mack, what a player. Yeah, Sammy Mack was a great player. Sir Matt Busby's last signing as well. The last of the Busby babes. Rashford live today at 4 p.m. with an Instagram Q&A. Bleacher Report, right? And if you're wondering why P Savage and all these guys have got a logo of me next to their faces in the comments, that's because they've become members of AdamMcKola TV. You get an exclusive video every single month. You get a exclusive emojis and avatars and all that stuff. You help support the channel and all that as well. So if you want to join, you can do by clicking join, just like those guys did. Apart from that, you can click subscribe, click the like button. If you can't support by joining, you can support in other ways as well, just by sharing and interacting and liking videos when they come up. Make sure you're keeping it locked to AdamMcKola TV, because we're having so much more content coming your way. I'll have another video up later on today. We've got that interview happening on Friday, which I'm very excited about now. And we've got loads of stuff happening. Cannonballer says this is just media bullshit because of the lockdown. De Ligt ain't coming here. And I have to agree with you. I think, look at P Savage showing off with them emojis. I have to agree with you that I do think a lot of this is coming out of because of the fact that Juventus will be hard hit financially. A lot of their players are now going to be linked with moves away from Juventus, and that's why we're seeing Ronaldo and all that kind of stuff as well. Bush League says Ronaldo or Kane. Who would you take? My heart says Ronaldo. My head says Kane. Smash that like button, says Cajarino in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, says Minnie. Adam finally read my comment. Did I say your name right, Ipe? Ipe Amaga. I hope I said that right. I'm doing an interview on Friday. I've got the confirmation here on Instagram right now from the former Manchester United player who scored one of the most memorable goals of my lifetime. And he will be on AdamMcKola TV. Depending on what time I record it on Friday, it'll either be up on Saturday or up on Friday evening. Which player in the team would be United's biggest loss if sold? Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford would be the biggest loss if sold, in my humble opinion. Why get De Ligt when we already have Maguire, Lindelof, Twanzebe and Bailey? That's why I can't see us spending big money on a centre-half as well. Unless we recoup some big money. Unless we're going to sell Bailly and we just don't know about it yet. I can't see us spending a whole host of big money. Take care, Glenn. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, even with your guest coming. No, they're not coming to the house. They're going to be on Skype. Pogba wouldn't want to go to Italy now in its current state, and Pogba wouldn't want to be in a struggling Juve team. Yeah, I think Pogba's here next season, you know, guys. I genuinely think Paul Pogba will be at Manchester United next season. It's happening. It's going to happen. That is for sure. Well, not for sure, but maybe, just maybe. Steve Bruce, FA Cup goal, you mean? Oh, I'd love to get Brucey on. I love Brucey, you know. He's kind of made me support Newcastle a little bit. That's how much I love him. Like, I don't even like Newcastle, but I want them to do well because of him. So, yeah, man. I love him. I got your name wrong, Minnie. Oh, no, I didn't. Bailey needs to be sold. Are we hearing Bailey slander? Come on, Riff. Come on, Riff. That's not fair, man. Lay off Eric Bailly, will ya? Lay off Eric Bailly. Michael Owen for his last-minute goal against City. And you guys can keep guessing in those comments. Remember, we'll be back with another video later on today. If any news pops up as well, I'll maybe do another United Daily, because I figured when I do these things at 12 o'clock, like this De Ligt story popped up last night, I really should have went live then, and I didn't. So I'll do that this time. Like, I'll go live probably at around 10, 11 o'clock as well, on a daily basis when the news comes through. So let us know what you guys are thinking in those comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. Keep it locked to AdamMcKola TV. Make sure you're joining if you can. Subscribing if you can't join, then make sure you're subscribed anyway, because that's important as well. Remember, got plenty more content coming up, and that special interview with the United hero is coming up at the weekend. So make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. For now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm gone.